guys, today I'll be showing you how to make rainbow tassels. But first, let us unbox the kit from FancyLab. So let's get started. First, I lay down all the color strings in order so that it'll be easier for me to use them later on. You will need a pair of scissors, now with the measuring tape, I'm gonna use up to 24 cm, so I'll tie up the excess part. You can also use a ruler for this. Now I measure a 24 cm thick strings and cut 4 of them. Okay, we're going to start with the most bottom, which is purple color. We're going to untie the strings. With the measuring tape and the marker, we're going to mark 7 cm from each end of a white thick string. Now I grab all the 4 strings together and make sure that you arrange them so that all the strings are of the same length and you can see the mark point. Taking one end of the purple string, I'm gonna lay it inside like this. And then slowly I will wrap the string around all the 4 white strings, making sure that it is tight. With this method, I'm able to hide the starting end of the string seamlessly under the purple string once they are wrapped. And then I will keep wrapping them around until I reach the mark point. So after completing all the 7 colors, I feel that this is the best way to wrap the colored strings around. I've also experimented with different kinds of wrapping method, however I feel that this one is much slower. So in the process of wrapping, you can actually try different kind of methods and see which one suits you best. So once I've reached the mark point, I'm gonna put a finger on top, wrap the strings around and tuck it inside out. Once it's through, you're gonna remove the finger and pull the strings tight. Now it's done, I'm going to make an arch by pressing both sides together. Now we're going to make the next color, which is blue. Placing the white strings above the purple arch strings and line them together so that they are of the same length. Cut the strings and make another 3 of them. So now I have 4 white strings. I'm going to repeat the same process with blue color. To do that, I'm going to place all the 4 strings right above the purple strings. Make sure to arch the purple first. Then, ensure that both sides are the same length and estimate where to start and wrap the blue strings. Using the same method, start to wrap the blue strings. Make sure that it's tight. Occasionally, to make sure that it's fully compressed, I will shift the color strings backwards in small sections like this and continue wrapping them. Once I feel it's long enough, I will check by placing it above the purple strings, making an arch. So I should end the strings here. Once the blue is done, repeat the same steps for all the other colors. So each color should have 4 white strings in it. all the colors, I'm going to need the clear nylon strings and a needle. I'm gonna thread around 1 meter, holding both ends together and tie a knot. If the strings are too curled up, you can pull the strings like this for a few times. According to my desired arch, I'm going to arrange them neatly. And we will combine all of them with the nylon thread. Starting from the mid-bottom up to the mid-top, then move halfway right and back down again, and horizontally right, coming back and end the strings at the yellow color. Slowly making your way through the strings and make sure that they are all aligned. Once we have reached the top, we're going to the right side. In order to do that, we're going to hide the nylon strings underneath the color strings. Once we have reached about halfway through, we are going back down again. Make sure that you do not pull the strings too tight or too loose, as it will distort the rainbow shape later on. Once we have reached the inner part, we're gonna go horizontally right. then we're going back in until we reach the inner part of the yellow color. And then cut the strings and make a double knot to end the string. Cut the excess part and try to sheave the color strings in order to hide the nylon strings underneath. To do the other half of the rainbow, we're going to thread in around 80 cm of the nylon strings. From the top left, we are going down and then horizontally left and back in until we reached the inner yellow. Right now, I'm hiding the color strings by twisting them towards the back part of the rainbow. Next, I'm going to cut the excess of the color strings and make sure that you do not cut too near to the knot. cutting off the excess part of the nylon strings here. Now I'm cutting the excess part for the white strings. If you wish to have them shorter, you can cut more of it. Now I'm going to detangle the white strings to make them flare and bushier. Using the same needle, I'm going to scrape the strings from the middle part downwards. To attach the wooden ring on top, I'm going to thread a color string. To get the strings through, I flatten the strings by pinching them. You can also put some water at the tip of the strings. Well, there are two ways to hang the rainbow tassels. One is through the wooden ring, or you can just tie the colored strings around like this. This is a wall pin where you can hang your rainbow tassels on. But now I'm going to show you how to attach the wooden ring. Underneath the red string, poke through the needle from the back and leave some strings behind. Hold the wooden ring on top and loop the needle into the ring and back to the front. You can loop 2 to 5 times according to your strings and liking. Once you're done, flip over to the back part, remove the needle, and tie a double knot to secure it. Cut the excess part and your rainbow tassels is done. After holding them up, there's a gap between here, which I do not like. So I'm going back to fix them with the nylon strings. There are actually no rules on which direction to go about. Just make sure that you hide the nylon strings well and not to pull them too tight or too loose.